Again, disappointing loss. Didn't play well several phases early. I think we had a stretch of defense started well, gave up a touch. Well, they had 3 plays, but I think we go 3 and out, 2 play turnover, 3 and out, 4 and out. So defense had some good starts early. Offense only mustered 13 points. I think in our offensive start, we go field goal, 3 and out, touchdown, 3 and out, field goal, 3 and out, our first 6. So had a chance early to get some momentum, just didn't capture it. They got on the run, hit a few touchdowns on us. We actually punted 5 straight times in a row and got behind 35-13. It's a heck of a comeback. I think it shows a lot about our kids and buying into playing hard and staying with it and fighting. And then there's a great stretch where not only are we scoring, but we get 3 straight stops. We're getting the ball back. We're playing good in all phases. I thought our kicking game effort was really good for the game. Coverage on kicks, kickoffs, coverage on punts. Our play, we did have 1 kickoff out of bounds. Kick return, finally popped 1. Got to get our punt return just close, but didn't get the opportunities we needed. Thought kicking was pretty good. So again, I see a lot of growth. We need to get W's though, because I know talking with their coaches, they even said it a week ago and talking with those before the game, the best thing about the victories, it just solidifies what you're doing and it really kind of keeps the energy of your fan base and your recruiting and all that. So tough go at the end. Just didn't execute something at the end we needed to do, but that kind of happens. And we got to coach and call better plays and put them in better spots, and we got to make plays too. Offensive player of the game is Tevin Coleman. Excellent game. I think he's up right now for, what is it, who's my Notre Dame guy?
Oh, the Horning.
He's one of the players of the week for the Horning Award. Played a heck of a game. A lot of energy, effort, played fast, played hard, got great complimentary play from Stephen Houston, which we needed. And both those guys over 100. I think it's the first time since 2003 we've had 200-yard backs in a Big Ten game. So, pretty good show from those guys. And again, because how we're throwing it, kind of setting up the run, we got to keep building on that. Defensively, did not have a player of the game. It's several weeks in a row. We got to keep working there. I thought there was a lot more effort. We tried to attack them a little bit more. We got burned some. We made some plays some. We just got to keep fighting and gaining there. Special team players of the game, Greg Heben was on a couple teams, made a great play. And even D'Angelo Roberts actually made a nice play there because his job is to secure the kick. And what he did in his job actually made the reverse guy kind of bubble and bought a little time, made the guy go a little deep and gave Heben a chance to make a nice play and get the ball for us. And then we gave honor Jake Sapanzik, again, a guy that's played for us in years past, a 4th-year player, a walk-on guy for us, who came out and played on 2 teams. Not only did he make a nice tackle at the end there on the kick team, but did a great job in kickoff return. And we finally popped a couple kickoff returns, so recognize Jake. Our behind-the-scenes guys, offensive scouts of the week, and a lot of times we're working our second-team guys a little bit on scout team because second-team guys don't get a lot of work. And we thought Dimitri Camille, who plays a little bit and plays second-team tackle, but had him working on our scout team to give our defense a better go. Dimitri Camille and David Graham for the offense, or the offensive scouts. And then defensively, Justin Nowak, who's played well for us in some special teams, backup DB. Mike Raplogel, who plays on teams and is our fullback when we get those sets, which we seldom do. And Patrick Doherty, young defensive lineman. So those are the 3 guys there. So yesterday had some light work, trying to keep our guys kind of focused, fresh. Physically, I thought our effort, energy was really pretty good. Some things we got to correct and clean up and coach better, and some mistakes they got to fix. But at the same time, the effort and the way those guys play are very much what we're trying to build our team on. So we talked a lot about 4 weeks to go, 2/3 of the season. Prognosticators say everything's over, but in our world, there's a lot of football to play, a lot of things we can accomplish, and the best thing to do it, our constant goal is consistent improvement, constant improvement. 2 weeks in a row, we've played a pretty good team. We've got them into the 4th quarter and hadn't been able to get over the hump. We've gotten, a couple good wins this year against a couple good teams, but we're getting close, and we're in those games. And our deal is we got to keep fighting and pushing to knock that thing down. So I wouldn't say we're blowing games as much as we're playing some good teams, getting in close games, not executing at the end. You got to make a play. You got to make good play calls. You got to get stops. You got to play O&D. But the team's kind of right there, and that's our deal. We're at that part of the race where you can keep pushing and stop, or you can keep going. And we've came too far to get negative and stop pushing. So we kind of put it on those guys. We'll see how the week goes. I expect us to have a good week. I expect Illinois coming in 3-5, much like us, a hungry team, needing wins as they're building. So I think it's going to be a good challenge, exciting game at 3:30. We're down to 4-2 at home, and we need to have another good crowd and get some energy in the stands for the guys this week. So questions?
Coach, what is the mindset? You talked a little bit about, the fighting and pushing and that sort of thing. How did the team come back yesterday after that kind of a loss?
And that's a tough deal because, you want them to hurt a little. And the locker room was hurting a lot because it's like, hey, man, that was a comment from one couple people. It's like, that's the first time I've ever even seen it like that because that was a game we wanted. We had a chance, and we just weren't able. We had chances all game. We have a missed touchdown opportunity in the first drive, so we can talk about the last blunder, all it was. But, we gave ourselves a chance by it. So we tried to, late Saturday night, snap out of it. I tried to rally the coaches up and say, man, these kids are giving us a good go and they're fighting. We got to keep coaching better. We got to keep pushing them to do better. But there's a lot of positive energy because I think we got a lot of good guys in all phases of our program buying in. Let's keep pushing. And so last night at dinner, it wasn't quiet. At the same time, it wasn't goofing and laughing like it was fun, but they were talking, watching the pro game, and it was pretty good. We had our workout. We didn't overdo a lot. We actually just kind of got them really loose and lifted and tried to get some soreness out and really got into the tape work. And I think in talking to them, they appear good. But it'll be interesting. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. These guys have worked hard, so we're trying to practice, like I said several weeks ago, trying to coach these guys like they're winning because I think they're giving us winning effort. And we got to keep putting them in good places and building on our strengths and making corrections. And we got to keep putting it together because we got to get some W's for these guys down the stretch. So I did think like yesterday I thought it was not, quote, positive, but I didn't think it was a bad day. We'll see how we go tomorrow as we start working through the week.
The coaching staff comes from a lot of different varied backgrounds, but from a fan standpoint, do you think that it's possible for you guys to understand the breadth and depth of frustration from a fan base that desperately wants you to do well, but continues to teams come short, not just this year, but in the past as well?
Yeah, and I can appreciate and understand that. And at the same time, I saw the crowd that was standing there, and we had the last play, and it's got a chance to be a pretty good comeback. I think the ones you need to look at is Ted Bolger and Stephen Houston and Mitch Ewald and those guys because they've been running all the sprints and doing all the work. And again, not coach speak, we're making some gains, but we got to get W's. And the W's will be more for the outside world and for the seniors. And my deal is we got 4 weeks to go and we got some great opportunities. Let's keep, because we're right there knocking on it, let's keep knocking on it, knock it down and saying, well, we got close, let's try again later. There's a lot of football to play, 2/3 of the season, 4 weeks to go, 2 great home opportunities, 2 great road travels. But really it comes back to now, let's get back to this week. Matter of fact, we tried not to get rid of the Minnesota game. We went back and talked about, look at all the good things you're doing here. Look at 15 minutes and 51 seconds, it's 26-0. And you're flat out rolling, playing in all phases good. And look at this first half, we're out of sync and we give us some things and we had a critical error at the end. If you get in a 1-possession game, you can make an error. But because of their effort and fight, they gave us a 1-possession deal. So, I appreciate our fans and feel for them, but all I know is those guys are giving them a good go, and I believe our staff. Matter of fact, I'm almost worried sometimes staff, you work too much. It's like, keep some sanity, get away, go get a workout. Don't be here to midnight. You know what you're doing. You know the plays you're going to run and get these kids buying in and playing harder. And so there's a part of me, I feel for our fans, but I'm telling you, these guys are close and it's my job to keep us coming because we can get close and fall short or we can get close and keep coming. Our deal is we're so close. Let's don't change. Let's keep fighting, competing. And to me, I think it's the hardest step because it's the next step. And we've gotten to the point, and it's kind of nice to feel some frustration because there was a point in time I didn't know if anyone really cared sometimes. So I kind of like some fans that are upset. It's what you want. You want them in the stands. You want them loud. You want them critical. It's a part of a good football program is you got an energized fans. They're reading your stuff. They're on the message boards. They're calling in the call-in shows. We'll get our 2 calls a night, right, Don? You want people calling. Why are you doing this? What are you thinking? Great job. Why did you do that? What about this? That's a part of the game. It goes with it. It's what you want, and you want columns that are critical. What are you thinking here or there? It's nice because that's a part of winning. And to me, I think in general, we've all came. And now we all got to keep coming. Like I said earlier, the best way to do it is to do it together. So I'm going to keep this bunch downstairs together. And it's not just for them and pat the seniors on the back. These guys have gotten us close. We're right there, and we need to make that judge that step. And again, the more people that are with us, the easier it's going to be. But which came first, the chicken or egg? Bottom line, we got to win, and it's all going to come easier after we do that. And we're right there. Now it's the next step, and that is the hard step, the winning step. I don't think there's one reason why we're losing. We're not playing well enough. Is it a lack of is it poor play calling? Is it poor coach management? Is it lack of players? Is it injuries? You're coming up short, and it's a combination of all. because we're collectively a part of the problem and we're collectively the answer. And that's our deal. So we're keeping our word. You saddle the horses, and you rally them up, and you circle the wagons, and keep fighting and punching. And that'll be the plan this week, and that's going to be the plan through this season. And then you can regroup and see where you're at and assess, adjust your recruiting, and move forward. But right now, you're right there. Let's keep going and give ourselves a chance. If we don't, we give ourselves no chance. And these players should give us a chance. And as a coach, I got to keep us going. That's been my mojo the last 2 days. Sure.